Hello everybody, welcome to Yorkie 3 Stripe, another instalment of everything Adidas Spezial, and in particular, well, obviously the new drop, Autumn Winter 23, which everyone's enjoying at the moment. Things are going back and forth, things haven't fitted, doing refunds, getting exchanges. I've been quite lucky because I've been buying Spezial for quite a while, so I've got a good grasp of what sizes to go for in certain garments. Coats go a size down, certain things you go a size up, certain shoes you go half a size up. And I'm going to start with one that I showed you on, well, a few days ago, my last video, the Inverness. Now I swore down you go true to size with these because the Carnforth, its older brother, which came out a couple of years ago, same silhouette, exactly the same size, nothing to say it would be any different. So I said true to size on these. Now, I know a lot of people are finding that's the case, but for me, I've had them on my feet twice now over the last couple of days, and I can't get away with it. I can't get away with a 10. So it just goes to show there is differences even with a shoe that is the same silhouette. The Winter Hill's always a 10.5 for me, half a size up. Same silhouette, same shoe, just different colours. This is pretty much the same shoe, certainly the same in a lot of ways that matter to when you're going to fit, but this just will not let me get away with it, so I'm going to have to get a 10.5. The leather could soften up maybe, but even then it just doesn't, I'm not getting it. I'm not, it just doesn't feel right. Maybe I'll regret it if I can't get a 10.5. Maybe I'll get a 10.5 and they're too big. That's just the way I'm going to have to play it. I think I'm going to have to risk it. So they're going to go on the pages for a day or two. If I don't sell them, I'm just going to send them back to 7 Store where I got them, and I'll get a refund. I will get a 10.5 at some point. I know they're out of stock at the moment, but I'll find them somewhere. So that was a bit of a change from my last video, a bit of a negative one actually. But it just goes to show how, you know, you can never be sure. And I just swore they were true to size, and there we are. For me, no comprendi. I've got the Haslingden on. I've had a busy few days. Not everything's come yet. I'm still waiting for 2 or 3 items, but I won't be able to do a video for a few days. So I'm just going to do a video of all the clothing that I've got in the last couple of days. The Haslingden, the Olive Crew Trefoil, the Moorfield, which is stunning, the Suddle, which I forgot to mention I was getting in my last video, forgot that one, the Suddle tracksuit top, much anticipated, and the dark blue, or the navy, bank top. So what I'll do, I'll go through them one by one. The Haslingden, massive demand for this. I've gone for the large, as I did with the previous Haslingdens. I had the green one, I remember getting the large, biggest regret selling it, but that's another story. But I remember getting the large, it fit perfect. This is a large, 25-inch pit to pit. You can see there, just fits right on the arms. The cuffs, I always do the tighter cuff. The tighter button, it allows you to do the 2. I go for the tighter option, and it fits perfect. Obviously I've got a sweatshirt under this as well, which should be a bit thinner than what the liner would be, but plenty of room. An extra large wouldn't fit me, a medium certainly wouldn't. So I'm true to size as I expected. It's a lovely coat, lovely feel to it, like a bit of a sheen to it. It's got the Spezial symbol on the arm, and they're both stitched. And there's the Spezial there, button pockets, zipped, buttons as well. 2 buttons on the back to tighten it if you wish. You can see there. Just a really nice jacket. I love brown anyway, so this was always a no-brainer for me. And it's something you can wear now, even in the spring, depending on what you put under it. Obviously the liner makes it more adaptable for the winter. On the topic of the liner, the Topfield liner, I sold that not long, well, the same day I did that video at the weekend, and I've picked an extra large up coming from, I think I got from Selfridges. That's still in the post. My next video I'll do that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll be enough. I don't think it's 25-inch, which is my sort of magic number, pit to pit, but I think it's 24.5. So hopefully it'll be okay, and it won't be too, well, it'll be just right in the arms, because it's too short in the arms, if you can remember. So Double XL, maybe I'll even end up sending it back and go for double XL, but I don't think so. I think XL will be fine. So I'll be getting that in the next few days, just not in time for this video. So that's the Haslingden, which I think's getting, you know, rave reviews. Everyone's happy with that. The Olive Crew, Olive Truffle, which has come now in 5 colours. You had the navy, the white, or the cream, the pink. Where are we looking now? Where are we going? There's 5. The purple, which is my favourite actually. And now it's olive. So same symbol. There is some arguments that there hasn't been the stitch on the sleeve, and that is the case. I don't know why. Maybe it's just an error. They forgot to put it on. Maybe it's the way they're going. They're just not putting the stitched Adidas Spezial on the sleeve. It's not to be. It's not going to stop me buying it. I love the colour. I love the fit. It's an extra large, so true to size, as I've done with all the trefoils. And it's just soft. It's lovely. It's lovely snug. Everyone who's got one of these, you hope it stays like this the more you wash it. But it's a lovely jumper to wear for this time of year. I'm going to go back to the coats now, because I'm going to put this on and then I'll go over the rest of it. So this has been criticised. Some people unfairly called it the Roy Cropper jacket, which I find very, very harsh. I liked it as soon as I saw it, and then when I saw Roy Keane in it, modelling it, walking his dog, I thought, wow, I'm wanting a bit of that. This is the Moorfield. And now this, for me, is even better once I got it out of its packaging and I got it on, and I thought, wow, this is lovely. I thought it was going to be more like the Casey, the orange jacket last year, but it's not. It's thinner. It's not as anywhere near as thick. It's not padded. I would say not even, somebody compared it to the Belthron. The Belthron's more padded. It's more like the Standish, but it's got a certain insulated feel to it. It's got a stretchy feel to it as well. I love it. I love the well, I mean, what do you want to call it? I'd call that like an olive green and a beige. Maybe the beige makes it look like a Roy Cropper jacket or a coat, I don't know. It goes really well with the olive actually, the Crew. But this is an absolute cracking coat. I really like it. I really like the fit of it. I love the colour. And it's going to be one of my most warm jackets this winter, without question. Just a lovely, lovely coat. This is again 25-inch pit to pit, which is large. So if you've been going a size down, do the size down, and you won't go wrong. So this is really, for me, this is actually probably my favourite piece. I like everything that's come out. Obviously, I only buy what I like, so everything I've bought I like. But I think this is absolutely lovely. A really nice jacket, and I think this will eventually grow on a lot of people. And I know people who have seen other people in it have said, do you know what, that's actually nicer than I expected. So that one, a big, big plus. And even I was even more surprised when I got it, how nice it was. The Moorfield. So that's the 3 coats I've reviewed, because I did the liner, the top fill liner, which I'm getting hopefully in the next few days. Now, let's go to TTs. This is, I suppose it's the only TT released in the autumn winter. The Suddle, the dark grey, modelled by Declan Rice, let's say that one quietly. A couple of months ago, we saw him modelling it, and so everyone picked up on that straight away. That was going to be a new release. It's got the Spezial logos right across, very much like the grey sweatshirt that came out, 15, 16, which is one of my favourite releases. It's like the ice grey sweatshirt like this, but across. Now this is 25-inch pit to pit again, so this is the XL, so true to size again, like the trefoil sweatshirt. I'm going to put it on just because, to show you, even though I wouldn't normally have it on over a jumper, I'd have it on a t-shirt. But again, lovely feel to it. And that's the Suddle. I've got far too many tracksuit tops. I think I've got pretty much all of them. So I'm probably going to shift a few. I've moved on two or three actually just recently, because I'm kind of that thinking now, if I don't wear something for a year, move it on. It's pointless. As much as I like collecting, I can't justify it, and I don't really have the room. So this is the Suddle, true to size, lovely. symbol there, stitching there, but it just feels nice. It feels actually waterproof. It's got a bit of a rubber feel to it. It's not, but very warm. Probably because I've got a sweatshirt underneath and the heating's blasting. But anyway, that's the Suddle 25-inch pit to pit. I'm going to actually do a little bit on price pointing as well, pricing of certain things in this drop. A couple have surprised me, which I wasn't too happy about paying, and I don't really know why, to be honest, but I'll get to that. Last one, the bank top, the navy. I'm not going to put that on because I'm probably sweating. So they had the light blue release a few years ago. Was it 17, 18, maybe a bit later. This is the navy, a big demand for this. True to size again, 25-inch pit to pit for me. XL, no qualms. Probably get away with a large, but I just like a little bit of give. I think when you wash something as well, there's always that little, you've got to allow for that, because when you wash something, there is a shrinkage. Even if you wash it on 30, which I tend to do, you always get that shrinkage. But that's a really nice top. I love the light blue. This seems a bit softer, a bit more of a snug material, maybe because it's new. Smells new, I love that smell. If we could always keep it like that. But yeah, it just feels a bit softer than the light blue, but a cracking hoodie, and that's been a big seller. And I think I got that from Selfridges as well. So yeah, that all lovely garments. I'm sure a lot of people are enjoying them as well. The one thing I wanted to talk about, apart from obviously measurements, I mean, pit to pit is all we ask for. You know, as buyers, we don't want length arm, the arm length. We don't want the neck. We don't want even the chest size. We just want a pit to pit. I think pit to pit's a real good gauger for something that's going to fit you. You know, ideally you want more, but listen, that's all we want. If I can go pit to pit, if I know it's 25 pit to pit or even 24, I'll get it without any hesitation. And as I say, the liner wasn't explained. It's certainly not where I was buying it from anyway. I didn't see it. And there is a bit of confusion. I just think if they could put pit to pit quite clearly on garments. It's the first thing if I sell something on eBay. It's the first thing I get asked if I don't put it. What is the pit to pit? It's a guy rule. It's a bit of an obsession, but it's always a true gauger, or certainly 99%, 98, 99%. If you get your pit to pit right, it'll fit. So that's been a common theme. The other thing I was going to talk about was the price pointing of some things. I know some people have been complaining about it, and I agree. The Lawton, which is the cardigan, the wool knit cardigan, they call it a TT, but it's a cardigan, which I had on at the start of my video, last video. That goes out at 170, which I did think was very harsh. I mean, the Suddle, I think, was 130. The bank top was 120. This was 110, was it? I think it was. Listen, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for any garment of clothing, especially in this day and age. Even though it's Adidas and even though it's Spezial, for me, I thought that the Lawton tops, I get it, it's wool. I get there's a bit more, you know, the material's different. But I think 140 would have sufficed for that garment personally. I thought 170 was at least £40, certainly £30 over. And it would still have been the most expensive garment out of all the tracksuit tops and the bank tops. So that was a disappointment. It stopped me buying it. It's not stopped other people buying it, but I do think, you know, it was a bit excessive. I mean, the Law Combs, I think, were 120, going back to the footwear. The Moss Crops, I think, were 100 or 110. Again, it's enough. You know, it's a lot of money. But the High Avens, the High Aven 2 was 160. The High Aven, the black. I think I paid 140 for the first release last year, which again, I thought more than enough. That's pretty much the ceiling. So again, I'm not sure why they went to 160 in all outlets, all stockists. So I don't know, just one or two things quite creeping up in price. I'm not really sure why, because it's certainly random things. It's not everything. If it was everything, then you'd think, okay, you know, you make your choice and that's it. So that's been one criticism I'd give a Spezial. I don't want to sit here and think everything's perfect. It's not. As far as items to come, I've got my liner, my XL to come. I've got the blue polo, which I've got extra large because the black one was, so I've got no doubts that'll fit fine, the long sleeve blue polo. And I've got well, I call them combats, but the official name is the Rossendale trousers, or Rossendale track pants, but the combats. So I've got them XL. I'm not a skinny man. I'm quite a big fella, so hopefully the XL will be fine. I'd worry if I need to go to the double XL, because then it would be a diet, but I think I'm all right with that. So I've got them to come as well. And the high Avens, yeah, for all the complaining about the price, I've gone and got a pair because I love the fur spuns. So that's where we're at. I'll do a video once I get the liner or sometime next week. I just can't do a video now for a few days for various reasons. So that's it really. As I say, I wanted to give pit to pits. I wanted to mention the price point and just show people where we're at with stuff and what you know, if you're in doubt about getting something, hopefully you're a bit more clear now about sizing. So thank you for watching again. Thanks for getting this far. I don't want videos to go too long, but sometimes I go on a bit, maybe too much. Loving all the comments. Love to see other people's collections in whatever format, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. But thanks for all the support. And yeah, just keep on watching and keep commenting. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. You'll get a little alert to say I've done a video. And you can watch it at your will. So hope everyone's enjoying the week and enjoying the Spezial range. And hopefully nobody's getting too many problems. So till next time, cheerio.